suicide. Sitting alone in this empty room I cry, waiting for an angel to visit in the night. I pray and I pray, but the demons don't subside. I wake up in the morning, see my life through my new eyes. The vision is clear, I'm making all things right. Tighten the screws, cause last night I almost died. I'll see you in the morning, I'll save you. Come on, let's talk, just me and you. Something's going.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Freaky Friday. Yes.
Yes.
Freaky Friday. Yes, indeed. Yes. Some of y'all get free today. Ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm so thankful today is Friday. Now that I can be myself.
I can be myself whenever the fuck I want to. So.
There you go.
Fuck that. Every day, all day. That's all I fucking know.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. Yes. Friday, Saturday are my days to be me. Free.
Free at last.
Yeah. No chains at all. Ah!
You know, you are just free, but not from white oppression. You're free of everything, but we will follow you during Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Know this. You're not free from us. You'll never be free from us.
The boys in blue are hunting you right now.
Yeah. Actually, I was just giving them the address earlier. Just so you know.
You get a knock at the door.
Oh, yeah. No. See, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God! Why are we doing this, ladies and gentlemen? Why are we doing this? So it seems like now that we have now caught the Bidens in some shit, they want to catch us in some shit.
Mm-hmm.
In case you have not heard, they're trying to get Herschel Walker.
Oh,
during
God.
the time they trying to get Herschel Walker. Now, we're not the Me Too movement. They're claiming that Herschel Walker got money during his run for what? Governor, was it? Governor?
Yeah, governor.
His run for governor, and it did not go to his campaign.
So he's not allowed to make money now?
Well, no, he got a large donation of money from somebody.
It's always like that.
It didn't go to his campaign.
It's a large sum of money that somebody did. Yeah, absolutely. Every single politician does that. Every single one of them.
Right.
Every single one. And you know what pisses me off about a guy like what they're doing to Herschel Walker? Here is a black conservative that actually knows a thing or two from being in the limelight. He understands what it is to make money. He understands what it is to come from fucking nothing and building himself up to become worldwide, to become one of the best football player that ever fucking played the sport. You're talking about a very well-spoken individual, a very well-spoken black individual, a good-looking black individual that could be the representative that guys like you, and I'm sorry to say this, but they should, everybody around you should be looking at this guy and saying, you know what, this is the American dream right there. Right there. We should celebrate those guys. I said, at the same time, do you remember the surgeon that was on Trump's administration? He did the Uncle Tom documentary. I always forget what his name is. Same thing. The guy
Ben Carson?
Yes, exactly. Thank you. So you got a guy like Ben Carson that goes from being living literally in a fucking ghetto to becoming one of the president's representative. And instead of praising him, instead of throwing him a parade, instead of him being in your history book in school to say, you know what, little black guy, this is your fucking, if you want to, if you listen to what he says and say, just stop fucking complaining about your situations. Yet yes, you know what, your card sucks, but can you change that? No, there's no amount of fucking complaining that can change that. I wasn't born to a rich family. I wasn't born to a family that had a father. Does that make, are those excuses that I should make for the rest of my life for not growing? Fuck no. And he's the perfect example. Oh yeah, exactly. But you know what? what's interesting is that instead of praising guys like that, like Herschel Walker, instead of praising Ben Carson, instead of praising a woman like Candace Owens,
Mm-hmm.
they are all against them, and they all are super fucking racist towards them, saying like they call them like Oreos,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
which is, and we're talking about other black people calling them Oreos, and I'm just like, who do you? No, but
Right.
Uncle
those
Tom.
like are you?
Coon.
Coon.
But how amazing is that? And yet, as a white guy, I'm the racist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I'm there pointing this shit out, saying this makes no fucking
Right.
sense. Are you guys fucking retarded?
Well, look what they're doing to Clarence Thomas.
But it's
Yeah, Clarence Thomas too. Yep. There you go.
it's you know, on one side, people are saying, you know, it's the same thing that's going on with this massive trans movement and shoving it down our throat, like we really fucking care about who you sleep with or who you could be a fucking panda. Nobody gives a shit. But at the end of the day, it's all things that makes no sense. We're really concentrating. We have it completely backwards. Instead of encouraging women, we're allowing dudes with dresses to call themselves women and to tell women what it is to be a woman. We have guys that are coming from the ghetto turning into some of the greatest people in the country, and instead of praising them for their accomplishment, for praising them for having the discipline, the balls, how whatever the fuck it took to get there, we try to destroy them with shit like that. Like, it's absolutely ludicrous. Like, I posted a video this week, and I'll ask you, this is a question I asked I run a group of men, like I have a private group on Facebook, and I asked this question this morning. Do you think that as a good man, it is your duty to stand up for what is right, to voice your opinion and stand up for what is right? This is the question that I asked themselves. And I posted a video about this week, how being a good man is not enough anymore. Being good is not enough. Because the only thing that evil needs to win is for good men to do nothing. And this is what we've been doing for so long. Good men have just been, you know what? Those are fucking idiots. Those are children that are acting. Those are just like children acting up. So it's going to pass. But now we're in a situation where this is catching up to us. We're in a situation where those people are old enough to vote. And look at the president that you guys have. Those fucking idiots that don't understand how the world works are now voting for presidents. So they're not little kids with stupid behaviors anymore. We're talking about adults that are deciding our future.
Right.
And what's going on right now is not going to stop by itself.
No.
So what do you guys think? Do you think that as men, it is our duty to stand up and say, you know what? No more. This stops now.
Yeah, we have to. It's gotten way far out of hand.
Yeah, it would be nice. Where are they at?
Have you seen the video?
I need to find out where they at because I don't see them. Where they at? Wait a minute.
Have you seen the video of the little boy that went before the school board, and he had been kicked out of school? Yeah, he wore a shirt that says there are only two genders.
Nice. Yeah.
And he got kicked out of school because of it.
Yep.
And he gets up and talks in front of these adults.
Yep.
And he has more sense than any of them on that board.
Yes.
And he's probably better spoken than them too. If you look at it, I wouldn't be surprised. If you can find what it is, can you send it to me?
I'll look it up.
Send this shit to me because I'll do a reaction video about this. Those are all the things that I point out on every single day. So this is the type of shit I really want to speak about. Because this needs to change. Like, I don't know if you guys have heard of the laws that DeSantis is passing or passed in Florida?
Oh, which one?
Well, he passed a law, I think about 2 weeks ago, like one of them being that you're no longer, I'm writing a blog about this, so I'm just looking for the actual statistics, so I'm not lying here. But basically, he passed laws where they cannot talk about gender. Gender. They can't talk about sexual content unless it is directly attached to the curriculum about biology.
Right.
And even then, the people can actually choose not to attend those classes. So there, he's really changing the whole narrative around what's being taught, and he's saying it out loud, which I'm very surprised that somebody's saying it. But he's saying that our school system should not be an indoctrination center. It should be a place where students are there to learn, not to be indoctrinated into whatever social sciences you're trying to push right now. And I praise him. Like, I did a podcast about DeSantis, and I think this is, I think he's the guy you guys need. I'm not an American. I can't vote. I'm just here as a third-party observer, but I can tell you that this is the guy you guys need. I've been watching him for 3 years now, and I've been calling it for 3 years that this guy will be like, he would destroy Trump in president run. Like, he would make him look silly. Because what he's doing, you guys need somebody to do this at the federal level. To just say, you know what, we're not going to stop you from doing all the stupid shit that you're doing, but we will make it illegal for you to force people to have to obey what you're saying. Because this is what I was saying about him this week. It's all about freedom of choice, right? If I want my children to attend those classes, I can say yes. If I don't want my children to attend those classes, and I want to be the one responsible for teaching him the values that align with my values, my sex, the way I see sex, because everything is over sexualized now, and this needs to fucking stop. I would never put my kids through this. And it's just about freedom of choice, just to say those are the situation. We will admit that there's problems, so let's get rid of those problems. Then let's put it into a way where you have a choice as an individual, as the head of your family, you and your wife, you can talk and say, you know what, this is what we want, and we're not okay with this anymore, so fuck off, remove that garbage from the curriculum. But this is what you guys need. Like, you guys need to have freedom of choice so you can start to speak. I think this would wake people up to start speaking up about those things.
I just emailed you the link
to
the video.
So expect a video around 6 hours from now. I'll post a video about
it. So ladies and gentlemen, talking about Trump, he has till Sunday to let us know if he's going to testify in his rape case.
Oh God.
Yes.
It'll never stop, huh?
I think they're going to find a way to put Trump away.
It's okay. It's okay.
They're going to find a way to put him away. I'm like, you know what? I love him, but I think they really try to stack all the chips against him. I think he might do some time.
He's not going to do some time.
No.
This is all bullshit. This is how it works in the US.
Bullshit, but
it's like trying. Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, they know they really don't have anything against him. But the longer that they keep him tied up with this BS, it's harder for him to do what he needs to do. He would have done a lot more his 4 years in office if he hadn't put up with that Russian collusion BS. They knew it was a lie, but they were keeping him from doing his job.
And there's no consequences. This is the thing, right? If you look at, I was looking at the statistics the other day, and 99% of people that do false accusation are never reprimanded. They get no consequences to their actions. So you're in a situation where there's two things going on. You have no consequences for telling bullshit, and then number two, you are capable of basically stalling someone just by bringing him to court. You don't stop. You always send shit his way, and he will basically, as Coyote was just saying, you're being stuck. You're stuck there, and you're spending all of your time on something that really doesn't matter. Then it adds a layer of stress on everything that you do. So not only are you spending most of your time on something that don't matter, the time that you spend on the things you should be doing, it's hard for you to concentrate because you're fucking thinking about the rest, even though you know it's bullshit. So then you're a third party, and then you're like, motherfucker, this is bullshit. I know it, but they still keep on doing it. And I have to play a system that plays me. That's been in place to fuck people like me.
Right.
And you're giving people that already don't like him something else to
talk about.
Oh, he did this and he did that. He's just getting away with it.
But it's okay. But this is why you need a guy like DeSantis, because Trump in 2016 was needed. You guys voted for a guy that was like him because you were tired of lifelong politicians. You were tired of somebody that's a lawyer that came out through the political system, and that's been like a Hillary Clinton. Trump didn't win. Hillary Clinton lost.
Right.
This is the way you have, like, could you vote for a woman like her? Just look at her. She looks evil. Like she looks purely insane and evil.
And she looks even worse now.
But you know what was amazing during her campaign too is that, I don't know if you guys know that, but do you know that she was her husband lawyer for years, and she went after so many women that accused her husband of rape.
Yes, she did.
And yet she turns around saying, you know what, I'm all for women's rights, but yeah, fuck you. Like, so in 2016 Trump was needed.
Yes,
people wanted a change. Was he the best man for the job? I believe so. Right. I believe that you guys got exactly what you needed. Unfortunately, I do believe that your elections was stolen in 2020. I think it's bullshit. There is no way. But you know what? My buddy called it. He's like, you could tell just by the people that were showing up to the rallies. Nobody was showing up to the rallies. Biden wasn't even organizing any rallies. He was doing everything online. So you can't prove any numbers. But you looked at Trump rallies, they were massive.
Right.
So, if Trump really cares about where this country's going, like he's saying that he does, the best thing that he could do is to, instead of trying to propose to go after presidency again, would be to step back and go see DeSantis and say, you know what, high five, bro. We don't agree on everything, but I'll back you up for the next one. Now, all the Trump supporters would go to DeSantis, and all the people sitting in the middle, like people that are libertarians like I do, that's been following a DeSantis for years now. And as an outside guy from Canada that got all my rights taken away from me during lockdown because I'm not vaccinated, I was looking at Florida and I'm like, fuck, this guy's amazing. Everybody from other states were moving down to Florida because there was no mask mandate, there was no vaccine mandate, because he blocked them from a federal level. So whoever wanted to get vaccinated could get vaccinated. Whoever wanted to wear a mask, no problem. If you want your and he only locked down the schools for a minimum amount of time. In September, like, they had to do it between 2019 and 2020, like at the end of March to 2020. But this was smart. You didn't know what the pandemic was going to be like. They're like, we'll take precaution. All your 50 states decided to close them, but he's about the only one that reopened them super fast and said, you know what, kids need to be in school. They need to be around other people. So everything that he says, that he's been saying, that he's been doing, is common sense. He's not saying to anybody, you cannot do this, motherfucker, because I don't like you. He's literally putting it back down to the middle and say, here's the alternative. You can do whatever the one you can, but none is forced on you. Can you imagine having those rights on the federal level, where the federal would say, here is what you can do, here's what you can do, those are your options, and as a state you get to choose which one you fall under, and apply that at the state level, because you can choose. We're not telling you from a federal level you cannot do this. The same way as Arizona has a law that prevents the community, so the mayors of the cities or the state, to enforce a federal law that goes against their state laws, which is how it should be the other way around. The federal should not be allowed to oversee and just say, you know what, those are suggestions, you choose as per the state, and the people can move and go to whatever state represents what they believe in. And this is why I think Trump should just say, you know what, I've been president, I was needed when I was needed, and he did a fucking great job at what he was supposed to do. I can tell. Do I like the guy? Oh no, I think he's a fucking asshole. But do I respect the guy? I don't need to like someone to respect what somebody does, and the result speaks for itself. Can you imagine if Obama did what Trump did? He would be recognized as the best president to ever live. Yet Obama did nothing during his 8 years. He made it worse for black people. He made it fucking worse. He intensified the war in the Middle East. Trump, the fucking savage, came in, broke down a peace treaty in the Middle East, pulled back all the military from the Middle East, and should have won a fucking peace Nobel Prize for it, but because of who he is, they would have never allowed it.
Right.
He brought all the job back during COVID. He ran the country like a business. He didn't give a fuck about your feelings. He didn't give a fuck about. If he cared about one thing: take power away from China and bring back the jobs inside, so that you can flourish your middle class that's been eroded for years now because all the fucking products are bought out of China at a loss from the Chinese government, just so they can take control of the world. Like, this is. But somehow we don't think that was smart. He was so clever. Like, what he did, very clever. He understood exactly what needed to be done. He had balls that was touching the ground, bro. Like, hopefully he was wrapping this shit up, because those balls are heavy. And he was hated for it.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, man. The time is coming. We'll see what happens.
What do you think? What do you think about Trump? Do you think he should go back? He should try another pass, or he should understand that he served this purpose and pass it on to somebody that, to me, is full of common sense?
Well,
I would like him to make. I would like to see him, try to make history, man. If he does it, he'll make history. He'll be the first president that's ever ran again after his loss to get in office again. So
but what does that bring? But what does that bring to the table for you guys? I mean, like, I'm talking about as an American.
Well, there's so much that Biden has screwed us on.
Yeah,
I think Trump could come in and fix those things. Do that 4 years, and then DeSantis needs to step in.
But it's going to be too late. You don't have 4 years. You do not have 4 years. And the only problem I see with Trump is what you guys talked about, is that he's been in court. He's being always derailed for what he's doing. Yet you look at a guy like DeSantis, he comes from a cleaner sheet. He would have been. No, but they've been trying to find something for the past 3 years, and he's still doing what he's supposed to. He's still doing what he says he'd be doing. So that's the thing. I think that he starts. I'm not saying that Trump wouldn't change this. It's just that, as you guys said, he's so stalled in everything that he does that, unfortunately, I think he served this purpose. He needed to be the bomb, like he was, like, to just come in and 2 fingers in the air and fuck you. But this will not bring you voters. On any issues out there, there's 3 types of people. There are people that are going to be against you no matter what the fuck you say. Their mind is made up. They don't like you. They will never like you, and they will always protest you. And then you have the people that are with you. Whatever you do, they'll fucking love you. But the most important group is the group in the middle, is the group that's undecided, but that is ready to listen. They have an opinion, but they have open ears. They're like, you know what? I want to see what people are talking about. It's hard to listen to a guy like Trump, if you're undecided, because of the tactics that he uses to spread his message. Although there's nothing wrong with what he does, it's really, like Andrew Tate. He's a perfect example. I agree with 98% of what he says, but he's so fucking condescending in a way that he says it that it rubs me the wrong way. I agree with him. That's the worst part. I agree with almost everything that he says, but he's such a dick. But you look at a guy like DeSantis that can come in with common sense, that still looks like a politician, speaks like a politician, but I have fucking common sense. He can go get that middle portion of people that are expecting a guy more like Obama, that's a well-spoken individual, good-looking guy. Because as an orator, I'm a fan of orators, great orators. The way they speak is beautiful, and Obama's one of the best ones they've ever had. Like, I saw Bill Clinton in person once, and he did a presentation. I wanted to suck his dick. Like, I was so like, oh, he's so good. No, but seriously. But so imagine a guy like DeSantis that's very well spoken.
Yeah, he is. Only thing, let me tell you something, brother. The one thing that scares me about DeSantis is, can he be bought?
Everybody can be bought. Everybody has a price.
Trump can't be bought.
Yeah, of course he can. Of course he can. You're seeing it right. You're seeing it right now. You're seeing his flaw right now, because it ain't money. He wants more power. He wants the prestige of being president again. And you will see it, because if he really cares about the American people and it's not his ego driving his next attempt, he will step down and say, DeSantis, you should be it. I'll back you. Because right there, he would align the whole right-wing side of things, and they'd be able to go get the middle, as I was saying. So you'll know soon. Because if he does that, the Democrats are fucked. There's no way that they can win against this. It's going to be done deal. If he decides to back a guy like DeSantis, it's a done deal. The Democrats should just leave the White House right now, and just because a guy like DeSantis will go 8 years and he will fucking change it will change America.
Well, what you need is DeSantis, but you need Trump to be an advisor.
100%. No, you're
right.
You're 100. Have him deal with foreign policies.
Mm-hmm.
Have a guy like Trump say, you know what? I will be your American representative around the world, because right now, unfortunately for you, you're becoming a joke. As a country, worldwide, you're a fucking joke. Even did you see that your Navy has now a representative?
Oh God, I saw that shit.
Oh my God,
bro. So
thank you for bringing it up. I forgot all about it.
So, there's somebody that recommended this book to me. I started reading it yesterday. It's called The Fourth Turning. It's a book that was written about 25 years ago on the cycles of societies that are based on normally on 100 to 80 years cycle, and there are 4 different phases that we go through. You know the expression that hard times create hard men create good times create weak men create hard times. It's based on that cycle that he's talking about, that book is talking about. And we are at the end of a cycle. We are mid to end of the 4th cycle, where something big's going to happen. The last time this happened in North America was the Second World War or the Great Depression prior to that, and these are the last time, and this had to go to a world event in order. You're basically, your society gets destroyed. The ideology behind gets replaced by a new one. So right now it's either going to get extremely worse and go in overdrive, where guys like us are not going to exist anymore, or you're going to have somebody that's going to take upon power that will revolutionize the way things have been going and say, hard fucking stop, we're done. Right here, it fucking changes. And I think a guy like this, and if you look at the dates, it's fucked up, because the guy called it 25 years ago, that in 2025 there would be an event, where 2023. Like, the guy is bang on. If you look at the cycle, it's brilliant. So I think that if Trump really cares, he's going to rally behind DeSantis, and then, have them run for the Republican representation. And then if the Republicans really want a guy like DeSantis, great, vote for him. Trump should align behind it. And same thing would be true if the Republican wants Trump, have DeSantis as a vice president. Right. Like, have somebody with that can prepare him, as Coyote said. Maybe that 4 years is his time. Maybe that 4 years from now, Trump is old enough, because DeSantis is not that old either. It's time for you guys to have a younger president. Like, Obama was a younger guy too.
Right.
And people resonated with that. You're not just an old fucking fat guy that is not living in the world that we live in. You look more like a person of the people, right?
Right. Yeah.
Well, as much as I couldn't stand Obama, the guy was extremely popular.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't tell me that Joe Biden was going to get more votes than what Obama got.
No. There's no way. There's
no freaking way.
There is, unfortunately, what happened to Fox News is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Because, well, done or not, I don't really care. There's going to be somebody else that's going to take its place. Wherever Tucker decides to go, at 3.2 million viewers per episode, 5 times a week, and the highest rated show on cable TV. The dude, wherever he goes, and I hope he ends up going to, what's the name of our little Jew guy?
Daily Wire.
I hope he goes to the Daily Wire. If he did, this is my theory. I talked about this 2 weeks. As soon as he said he was leaving Fox, I'm like, Daily Wire. You got a guy like Shapiro, you got a guy like Matt Walsh, you got a guy like Jordan Peterson that are not scared to talk about this shit, and that is all they talk about. There's no restrictions, and it's Shapiro's media center. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's really like, so having a guy like him show up with 3.2 million viewers,
that'd be crazy. Yeah.
You're basically tripling, quadrupling the amount of viewers that they have. You could pay him whatever the fuck he wants. He'll fucking take it. And then he would change wherever he decides to go, he's going to change it. But the problem is that when Fox got sued, for having people repeatedly coming, like Giuliani, for example, coming on their show and talking about fraud in the 2020 election. By them ended up paying almost $800 million. The problem, they set a precedence that if there's a company out there that don't agree with what you're saying, they can tell you that because you have people talking about a subject, that they represent your views, which is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit, because that means that Facebook should be should be held accountable for all the posts that are being made on their platform, because they are a representation of them. So it's either you're not a journal, it's an open space and you just let people do, or you represent the people. Right. Unfortunately, it's a bad precedent. So now you have a situation where any company that doesn't agree with what you're saying about them, true or false, because how many times people right now report the news as soon as they hear it? It doesn't matter. Denzel Washington said this beautifully, where right now it's not about reporting the news anymore, is who is first. Right. Who is the first to talk about something? They don't even care that it's true. They'll deal with the consequences afterwards. But this is the news cycle now.
Right.
So now what? The left can do it, but the right can't do it? That's bullshit. That's not how it works. It's either we can both do it or none of them can. There's consequences to both. How many times have they lied about Trump? It's just that we don't sue. The right doesn't sue the left the way the left sues on everything.
Right. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're like, what the fuck? We come to a show and you give us politics. Fuck y'all.
I agree. Fuck y'all.
But like the fucking show was. We ain't coming to fucking hear about Trump, DeSantis, and Obama. We ain't coming to hear that shit. We're coming to find out about fucking masculinity.
It is masculinity.
Right then and there. Did you see Obama as the most masculine man ever?
I thought it was Michelle.
I wouldn't be surprised if Michelle got a bigger dick. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that's the case.
She's got a bulge.
Oh no, but it's okay. No, hey, we need to make the bulge okay. It's acceptable for a woman to have a bulge.
Normalize the bulge.
Oh, that's what I was looking for. Normalize the bulge. Yeah, exactly. God. We need to normalize the bulge because 6-inch clitoris are totally normal.
Oh man, ladies and gentlemen. Today's show, should a man show vulnerability in front of a woman?
All he should show is his penis.
What do you think?
It's about them. 100%. I invented a saying where I say that a man is a woman's rock and a woman is a man's weakness. So, outside the front door, a man should be stoic, a man should be tempered, a man should be in control of his emotions, his action and his reactions, because those are the only 3 things that a man actually controls. That being said, he needs to be able to open up to his woman, because women are emotional creatures. They expect their men to be vulnerable with them. You need to understand that they have different, take an example with me. I'm not the best at this, but this is something I work on with my girlfriend. It is something we both identify that I need to work on.
Okay.
But at the same time, my girlfriend is a bit more submissive to me. She knows I'm a leader. She knows that if I take a decision, no matter how she feels about it, I'm going to take that. I'm going to continue it. And I'm not going to, I ask her confirmation, but I don't ask her to take the decision. I will take the decision. But she trusts me so much that, even though she doesn't agree with it, she's like, I trust him. I'll let him lead. But how fair would it be for me to ask my girlfriend to let me be the man that I want to be, but I wouldn't help her. I wouldn't give her what she needs as a female. Like that wouldn't be fair. That's not fair.
Right.
So it's a 50, like any relationship is a 50-50 situation, right? I control 50, she controls 50. If that is what she expects from me, she will get it. But there's nobody else on this planet that gets that except my girlfriend. Right?
Yeah. Get it.
But don't you think it should only be to a certain extent, that if you're, too vulnerable in front of your woman, she's going to start thinking of you as a weak man?
No, because action speaks louder than words. If so, take this for example. If this is gonna be, I'm just looking at my girlfriend because she's right there. But I'm gonna share something she told me this week.
Make sure you say the right thing, Nico.
Oh no,
All of a sudden, his opinion changes.
You know, I talk about this on a daily basis. So I post every day. I post about this. So my girlfriend and I've had that discussion a million times. So she knows what I'm talking about, and she agrees with most of the things that I say. Right. But you know, the other day I was recording videos about the Pride that was canceled in Florida. I was talking about how we need to stop celebrating people for their sexuality and start celebrating the real people, like people that have been married for 30 years, start the men that have been doing a job for 30 years they don't even fucking like, just to support their families. So, and she was saying afterwards, she's like, you know what, hearing you speak like that turned me on. So me being the man that I am, not scared to voice my opinion, no matter what the fuck the consequences are, is the man that I am. But she also knows me enough to know that all those stupid comments that I get on a daily basis, I've had threats, I've had people privately message me to try to make, like, to just destroy me, basically. Do you think I like it? Do you think at the end of the day, like, sometimes I'll take a few days off of social media just because of that? Because I'm very controlled, but sometimes I'm to a point, you know what, bro, this is a bit too much. So I know enough about myself to step back and say, you know what, don't lose it online, because this is your name, this is who you are, this represents what you are. So instead, take a step back, take a few days off of social media, and just realize that this is what's going to happen. This is a fact. As soon as you start having an opinion, if you don't have any haters, you're doing something wrong.
Right.
So how would it be fair for me to be the way that I am, expect those things of my girlfriend, but yet not give her what she wants? Because every girl out there wants you to be open with them. And if you're not, you're kind of robbing the relationship. Because the issue today, and I know why you guys are saying this, I fully understand why you guys are saying this, because if you are vulnerable with the wrong woman, she will fuck you. She will take advantage of you, and she will ruin you. And I know where you're going with this, and I agree with you 1,000%. This is why the issue is not being vulnerable with your wife. The issue is that we do not choose our wife based on virtues that we hold, on our personal values. Instead, we choose what our penis is, and we let lust, we think that lust is love, when love is a choice that you make every single day. It has nothing. Love is a logical choice that you make every day to say, this is the woman I chose to build my life with. I will take the decision every morning to say, she has flaws, I have flaws. There's shit that's not perfect, but you know what? This is the woman I want to spend time with. This is the woman that's going to be the mother of my children, or that is the mother of my children. And those are the responsibilities that I decided to take. This is the problem, is we need to choose better, because once you're with the right person, you don't have to worry about being emotional with her, because she knows who you are.
I got you.
This is the problem, right? Like, look at it. Young men don't know how to choose a woman. And until 10 years ago, I had no fuck. I was married before, and I chose a woman that was 11 years younger than me. I chose a babe, basically.
Wow.
And I ended up, I'm the one that called the divorce. And you know, like any divorces, the men will always pay. No matter what happens, it doesn't matter who women are incentivized to leave because they can leave with half. There's a good reason why 70 to 90% of divorces are initiated by women, right? And it has nothing to do with a man being weak. It has nothing to do with the man itself. We're just giving the opportunity to people to walk away from a situation and say, not only is there no consequences, but you can leave with a bunch of fucking money. And in 90% of the cases, you're going to leave with the kids. And in 40 to 60% of the cases, he's going to pay you alimony. So, but yet as a man, we're in that same relationship, and we're like, okay, I can't leave. I have to work on it. Because if I leave, it's going to cost me half. And I know what I'm talking about. It ruined me for 3 years. It took me fucking 3 years to get out of that debt. And you know what? This was my choice. I paid for it. You know what? It's fine. I paid for it. I accepted that a long time ago. But she did not have those consequences. She left with my fucking money.
Right.
So it's the system that is not built in a proper way. It's the way we choose our women that are wrong. But we also give way too much power to women in family law.
Hmm. Hmm.
Those are what the problems are.
Wow.
And weak men choose with their penises instead of using their minds.
That's the way I was when I was younger. But this go around, I made sure that I found someone who had the same values and loved family like I did, and that basically, I mean, she has things that she likes, and I have things that I like, and we don't agree 100% on everything, but for the most part, we agree majority. And I didn't go for looks this time. It was
Neither did she. I'm just fucking with you. I'm sorry.
Hey, I agree with that statement.
I'm just fucking with you, bro. That was just too easy. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, hey, man, you made a good point, man. You made a good point, but hey, I thought you was going to say the opposite of what you said today.
Really? Well,
that shocked the shit out of me. I thought
you know, but we got to be careful, and this is what I really want to talk about. Although right now my content is more targeted at the low hanging fruits where most of the people are located, where most of the people are. I tell those people not to be. I tell those people to be as stoic as possible. I tell them to be temperate. I make sure that they understand that the most important thing that they can do is control their fucking emotions. But once you have it under control, once you understand what it feels like to lose control, and you're like, okay, this has damaged my life. Like I have an anger problem. I will always have an anger problem. It is something that I have to deal with on a daily basis. You might not see it. I will not show it, but I always have that angel and that little devil on my shoulders. And the devil likes to talk to me. Hey, bro, he deserves a lesson. You should kick his ass. But then I'm like, bro, what is that going to bring me? What type of example am I setting? You know, I always try to think that my 14-year-old self is watching me. Whatever I'm doing on a daily basis, my 14-year-old self is looking at me and saying, you know what? Am I proud of the man that guy became? Am I proud of the things he stands for? Is that the type of man I would like to become? Wow. And I don't have any kids, so if you're a parent, I guess you could do that with your children, right? Just always think, do you want your daughters to have a good sense of how to choose a good man? Then be the man that they need to see. Be the man they need to be looking for later on. Same thing as if you have boys, show them how to treat a woman, but at the same time, show them how to be successful. Be successful for your children. Don't even do it for yourself. Do it to prove to others that it's possible and how to do it. Inspire others at the end of the day, right?
Let me ask you something, Nico.
Yeah, man.
Because if I get upset about something, what I'll normally do is I'll kind of pitch a fit to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get it out of my system. Usually it doesn't take very long, but I'll get it out of my system, and then I'll try to rationalize. Okay, like we always use traffic as an example.
Right.
It's an easy one to use.
Right. Always.
And
we all agree.
Okay, if I was in a rush for whatever reason, I'd want people to be sympathetic to me. I should be sympathetic to them. I don't know if they did it on purpose, it was an accident, or if they're in a hurry. I don't know.
Yep.
I try not to get emotional in front of my family.
Sure.
But if I do lash out, I'll catch myself, and then I'll tell my kids, like, you know what? I shouldn't have done that, especially in front of y'all.
Beautiful.
That's not how you act.
Beautiful. So, but you're flawed. But you're
am
flawed.
I handling it right?
Of course, you're flawed. You're a man. No fucking man out there is perfect. You don't think I lose my shit on my girlfriend sometimes? Of course I do. Right. Of course I do. Should I have done it? No. But it does happen. We're all under stress. We're all under certain situations where we will lose our shit. There's no questions about this. But I don't lose my shit in public. I don't lose my shit in front of other people. I lose my shit normally in front of my girlfriend. Only my girlfriend really sees me 100% of what I am. There's nobody else that knows me the way she will, and it will always be this way. But this is what I owe to her. Who else? Like, there's things that, but the thing is, me being tempered outside of the room doesn't make me a hypocrite. It just makes me in control of my emotions, and I fully know when it's appropriate for a man to lose his shit. I fully understand that there's a place and time for everything, and especially there's a person with who to do it with. This is the thing. And I can tell you, I was raised by parents that never really showed a lot of emotion towards us. So surprisingly, as I grew older, I realized that I don't show a lot of affection to people. See, it's a direct representation, right? And the way you were raised will become who you are. But then that should stop you from you should realize that that's the situation, do the work, and be better. And this is what you're this is what you're doing, Coyote. You're just, you know what? I've always lost my shit, but now, you know what? I just lost my shit. I should have known better. You apologize and you say, you know what? I'll take that one on the chin. And man makes mistakes. There's no way you're not gonna fail at things. And I used to tell that to my customers all the time back when I sold telecommunication services. I would tell them that you want to choose a partner that will deal with bad situations the best. So there's no doubt that something's going to happen. Something wrong is going to happen throughout the installation of your service, through even when you have our service. There's going to be problems. I guarantee you that right now. But what matters is how you deal with those problems. This is what really matters, because the problems are written in the sand. There's no way that your life is going to be perfect. There's no way you're going to ever be perfect. But how you deal with that imperfection is what really matters. And you know what? The way I see it, I'd rather see a flawed man. I'd rather see a man that is flawed, that's made mistake, and that's ready to live up to it, because that shows me the character that he has. Nobody's perfect. If somebody sells themselves, it's the same thing as somebody that says I'm a self-made millionaire. Bullshit. You're not. People have helped you. There's different people that helped you throughout your life, and you can't say you're self-made. You're just being vain. You're just vain. Admit the fact that you have help, and there's nothing wrong with having people help you. There's fucking nothing wrong with that. So this is the same thing. I'm imperfect. There's a lot of things I'm not good at in business, and you know what I do? I find people that are, and I let them do it, because I will admit to myself that I'm flawed. Maybe I'm not interested. Maybe that's not the type of shit I want to spend my time with, or maybe I simply don't fucking understand. I'm not perfect. But what's wrong with not being perfect except to show that you're human?
Right. Well, biblically speaking, a woman is a part of a man, because, God took the rib of Adam and created woman.
Yep.
So the man is supposed to be the logical one, and the woman is supposed to be the one who is more emotional.
The emotional one, 100%.
So as your wife is a part of you, I can see why you want to show your emotions to your woman. So I get what you're saying, and I think you've changed my mind on how I think about that.
Yeah.
I would even see what you're saying there. Let's take what you just said and let's push it even further. So if woman is made out of man, if we agree that emotional is mostly a woman energy and logic is more of a man energy, that means that we're two parts to a whole. So that means that you're just exposing your emotional side to yourself. You're basically allowing your logical side to be emotional. So basically you're just talking to yourself. So what you're saying, if we take it in a biblical sense, those are just the two sides of you. Same way as me saying that as a man, I am capable of atrocious behavior. I'm capable of causing so much damage, so much pain. I'm capable of so much violence. But the reason that I do not do so is because I am a controlled individual. Is because I have embraced the fact that I am a violent creature, and by self-control, I will not act on those urges, on those pulses. I will simply choose to keep them for myself and unleash them in a situation of life and death. In a situation of self-defense, I will be the biggest monster you'll ever meet. But in my day-to-day life, I will never. That's why I'm saying I'm angry, because I have that testosterone running through me, and I'm capable of such violent action, but I choose not to. So it's the same way as your emotional side, right? They're two parts of a whole, and mine, embrace them for what they are, and be I always try to be in a controlled manner even the way I express my emotion. Because think about it. If you're think about the last time you had an argument with your girlfriend or your wife, and she asked you something. She's talking about an issue. Whatever the issue is, she's talking about an issue. As men, we look at the solution. Well, you fucking dumbass. You can just do this. Not that fucking complicated. But this is not the way they communicate. They communicate with emotions. They don't necessarily, even though they're talking about a problem, they're not looking for you to give them a solution. They probably already know what the solution is. They just want to vent. They want to take it out of you. They just want to take it out of themselves, and they want to have somebody that cares to listen so that they can hear themselves talk. Because often, like right now, I'm talking about shit that I've never said on camera before, but hearing myself talk, I'm like, shit, maybe I should talk about this. So it's in the it's in the same way when you have somebody you trust that you can confide in. Sometimes just saying it out loud, you're like, oh shit, damn, is this really how I feel about this? So if you can't be vulnerable with your woman when she wants you to be vulnerable, she wants you to be emotional because that is what she is. A real feminine woman. Think about it. What is there something more beautiful than a woman that starts doing something that don't necessarily make sense? Like, let's say she's outside, it starts raining, and she starts dancing. There's no fucking music, but for some reason she just lets go in her feminine energy and just decides to be emotion, whatever the fuck that is. Same thing as one of the things I like the most about my girlfriend is when she likes to cook. She comes from an Italian family. She'll be cooking, and there's some days, man, big smile on her face. She feels like she's just doing something that she loves doing, and it's like nobody's watching. She's just doing what she does. But is there not something more beautiful than that? Like, think about it. I mean,
I know it shows. We getting a little. I have a two-part question for you. Two-part question.
Go for it.
Okay, should a man be more emotional than his woman?
No, fuck no. No.
And where does the emotional man come from?
Feminine energy. So one is fuck no. Is no, but you should. That's what I said earlier. You still need, in a way that you're talking, even if it's with your girlfriend, you need to allow yourself to be emotional with her, but it's always in a controlled manner. This is where women will lose respect for you. Like a good woman will lose respect for you is if you become more emotional than them. This is something my girlfriend and I spoke so many times, and I'm like, would you like me to be as emotional as you? She's like, no. No. But when she is very emotional, I need to be a rock.
Right.
I need to understand what's going on. I need to be aware of the situation. I need to know that what she's doing is very emotional, and I'm gonna just let it go and be a rock. But at the same time, to answer your question, if you are, I think we have a misconception of men and women in a way where it relates to energy. Because men and women there's only two sex, there's only two genders, you fucking crazy idiots out there. But when it comes to energy, so look at a gay couple, look at two lesbians, for example. Even though they're females, there's always a more masculine woman, and a more feminine one. Like every single heterosexual couple or gay couple, you always have a more masculine individual and a more feminine individual. Normally, the man is more masculine because he has more testosterone in his body. The woman is more feminine because she has more estrogen. And this is how it's been for a very long time. There are exceptions where you've seen some women that are just naturally have more masculine traits. They have a stronger masculine energy. And they will end up with men that are softer. And it's okay because it's all balanced throughout that relationship, and if they are true to their nature. And what I mean by that is, if the guy is naturally more feminine and that woman is naturally more masculine, they match together, and there's nothing wrong with that. But this is a small percentage of the relationship. This is a small percentage of the couples. The problem that we're seeing right now, and I know this is where you're going with this, is that men unnaturally are becoming more feminine because they believe that that's going to get them women. When that happens, you see it right now. You see the consequences of this. Because men are becoming more and more feminine, women have to step it up and become more and more masculine. So somebody has to compensate for that masculine energy that is lacking within that couple. The problem with that is it's unnatural. To the percentage that we're seeing it now, it is unnatural. women are going against their nature and men are going around their nature, and then they wonder why it doesn't work, because you're asking a woman to be masculine when a woman wants to be feminine, and then the woman is asking her man to be feminine when a man wants to be masculine. So
Right.
you're blocking people from living their true nature. And if there's one thing I know in this fucking life is you will never win against who you are, against what you are. There's nothing you can do about it. You will lose every single time. Nature will trump your decisions every single time. So this is where the problem is that we're doing it in a way that is unnatural. And look at what's going on. Why do you think that women get in their 30s now and they're like, holy fuck, I wanted kids this whole time. Holy fuck, I really wanted to be a mother.
Right.
You know, women are normally twice as much to 3 times as much depressed than men are, and women in their 30s that don't have kids are twice as much depressed than women in their 30s that have kids. So a woman that does not have kids is 4 to 6 times more prone to depression than a man. So tell me that there's not a problem here. Tell me that there's not an issue that goes against their own nature, and this is showing what's going on right now. Women are living in a masculine energy, men are living in a feminine, and the polarity is not there because they're not living although the polarity is there, the relationship cannot work because you're going against nature. We reversed the roles. So I guarantee you the day the roles start shifting back, you will see a big improvement in relationships between men and women. Like, you look at the way my girlfriend and I are. I love the fact that she's very feminine, and she loves the fact that I'm very masculine. This is what, to her, a masculine man is what she wants, and she is ready to understand that in order to be with a strong masculine man, she'll have to make concessions as to, I am the leader of this family. I am the leader. If I take a decision, you're not going to debate me on it. Like, if my mind, I'm not an idiot. If my mind is made, I will do what needs to get done, no matter the fucking consequences. And she needs to agree to this. She needs to understand that this is the case. You chose me. You chose a strong man. I will lead this fucking family, and you respect my wishes. I will never do something to hurt her.
Right.
But she might not see the benefit long terms that I see, and I'm ready to deal with the consequences in the short and medium term in order to achieve the long-term goal.
You know, you just made me realize where I'm making my mistake, because
$200 per hour, by the way, bro.
Right. Yeah, I want to make this short because I know you have to go pretty quick, but we both have roles in our relationship,
Yep.
and I mean, it's a job. Let's face it, it's a job when you're in a
100%.
relationship.
100%.
So when my wife has her, breakdowns, whatever, she'll come to me and I'll say, "Do you want my advice, or do you want me just to listen?" So that's my role, to do what she want, whatever she needs me to do.
But remove the first part. Remove the first part and don't even ask the question. There's no point. You're talking to an emotional person. You can't talk about logic. It doesn't make sense to them. In that state of mind, it doesn't matter. If you simply, instead of asking the question, just sit down and start listening. There you go. So you solve the problem. You solve the solution.
Right.
Something that, a lot of things. I see this in videos all the time. People start talking about something that doesn't need to be said. Just fucking say it. There's some things that you don't need to explain. Just fucking say what you have to say. And just, if in this case, that how many times has she said she wanted you to give her advice?
Well, most of the time she'll ask for my advice
after she spoke about her emotions.
After she spoke about it. But the thing is I'm doing my job, and I'm not allowing her to do her job. When I have something that's bothering me, I just keep it to myself, and she'll try to pry it out of me, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
I've just stolen her job away from.
100%.
I've just
100%. Her job is to allow you. We both have masculine and feminine energy, And a good woman will switch between one and the other. She will know, because my wife could be very obedient is such a bad word, but she could be very respectful of my masculine energy. But she helps me in my business. So I want her sometimes to be masculine in certain situation that she needs to do. She needs to be masculine. But then as soon as that's done, she comes back to her feminine energy. But she knows a good person will know how to do both. But that means that you need to be able to do the same. You need to know when you can be emotional. You need to know, between you and I and whoever is listening, I will watch certain movies knowing that they make me emotional. Sometimes I just need to let it out. I've had a fucking brutal week. I've worked like a crazy person. I've been logical, and there's something that calls me up. Like, I'm so in touch with my instincts that I know I'm gonna sit down, I'll watch a movie that makes me fucking cry. And I'll just sit there and I'm like, you just let that shit out. My girlfriend knows exactly what I'm doing because I've told her that that's what I'm doing sometimes. And I feel better. She probably feels better. She sees that I can be vulnerable with her. But I would never do this outside of my home.
Right.
But why would I rob her from that side? Your woman wants to know,
how you feeling.
Imagine this. Let's put it into a feminine context where you can appreciate. Imagine a beautiful woman. Like, men choose women on two things: beauty and will she be faithfulness. Those are the two those are the two things that most men want out of a woman. So imagine this 25-year-old woman, beautiful, but just dressed, not provocative, like business wise. Her boobs are not out, but she looks very professional. She's a beautiful woman. She's not hot. She's a beautiful woman. Like, there's a big difference, right?
Right.
And then when you start sitting down with her and you start to know her, you realize that she has extremely good values. You realize she had a great father. She is not a promiscuous person, like all the qualities that you look into a woman. And then she tells you, she's like, you know what? I love you so much that I will allow this to be yours when other people cannot have it. This is one of the greatest gifts that a woman can give you, is to give herself to you. Fully give herself to you and say, you know what? I trust you so much that I will follow you. I will let you live in your masculine energy because this is what you are. But I need to be able to trust you. I need to be able to let it go. Because this is why women want a protector and a provider. Because the main reason divorce happens is money and sex. So sex for women is emotional. If you're never emotional with your woman, how will she ever be turned on by you? In the same way where for a woman to allow herself to be a woman, she needs to feel protected. She needs to feel provided for. She needs to feel that she's taken care of. Once she doesn't have to stress with that thing anymore, she will give herself to you. But she expects you to give yourself to her. It's only fair.
Yep. Well, you made me realize where I made my mistake.
Hey, man, you spit some game today, man.
Well, man,
I gotta applaud you, brother. I was like, no fucking way should a man be fucking sensitive to a fucking in front of a woman.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
Hey, brother, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you.
But again, I don't talk about this shit normally because people are not ready to hear what I have to say right now. So I have to downgrade it to a point where I'm saying to people, even before you can find a woman, be tempered. Be tempered first, then find a woman. But until you're tempered, you're never going to find the proper woman because you won't know what to look for. And then once you found her, you can give her what she wants. But there are layers to this shit, right?
So and maybe if I showed more of my emotions, I'd be able to control those emotions more in the future.
The thing is you allow yourself in a very controlled manner to release those emotions with somebody that wants to see them. It's a win-win solution. At the end of the day, this is win-win. There's nothing for you guys to learn. You're protecting your girlfriend by being the rock that she needs, but at the same time, you're allowing yourself to be weak, to show your weak side to her and her only. So you're making your emotion a very expensive currency. Because there's only one person that sees it, and it's her. In the same way as you want your wife to only sleep with you, to only
Right.
like to take care of you and your family in a special way that she wouldn't do for anybody else, because she's completely devoted to them, to you, to the family, to what you represent. For her to be able to do that, you need to give her what she wants, bro.
Wow.
And I need to sit down and apologize to my wife today.
Wow. Me as well, brother. You're all by yourself. I keep so much shit to myself.
but why? There's certain, there's certain stuff that I won't necessarily say to
man. I was taught to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame you, and I'm not saying I'm perfect with my girlfriend. I fuck up all the time, and I'm not. She wants more out of me, and I'm working on it. But this is the first part, is to realize that there is an issue, that you're responsible for that issue. And not only that, it's a win-win solution. Okay, you know what? You fucked up. Sure, I fucked up. I'll be the first one to fucking raise my hand right here. I fucked up. I fuck up all the time. This is me right here. But at the same time, if you know that there's a problem and you can change, and not only can you change it, but you'll make your relationship better because you're finally giving to your woman what she wants. There's nothing for you to lose. Except more blowjobs and more sex. But
hey, babe, I need to talk to you right now.
But think about it. Women don't cheat. If a man will cheat because of sexual impulses, a woman will cheat. If a woman cheats on you, it's a very big problematic. Your couple is really in trouble because she's looking from affection from somebody else. For most women, sex is affection. It is something that is rooted in emotion. It is something that's rooted into feelings for somebody. A man, it's rooted in the physical. A woman is, again, it's logical. We need to spread our seed. We want to sleep with as many women as possible. A woman wants to choose somebody that she can be vulnerable with.
Right.
And she does that through emotion. So I guarantee you that you're better with your girlfriend in an emotional way. There's more sex that's going to come out. They're both together. There's a lot of things that you're going to have arguments over now that I guarantee you that if you start giving that to your woman, she will not argue about those things anymore. Like a lot, it completely changes the dynamic of the relationship when you allow yourself to be emotional with somebody.
Right.
Fuck, guys, I appreciate you today, man.
Thank you, Nico. Thank you.
Where do I send my $200 to?
Yeah, you know what? That one's for free, motherfuckers.
Okay.
But I gotta go. But man, those are the type of subjects I want to talk about all the time.
Hey man, I appreciate you today, man. Yeah, you done cleared up a lot of things for us today, man.
Anytime, man. Anytime. I love this shit.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, please go like, share, subscribe to Nico Lagan. Great, peace man. Out. Hey, I done learned some shit today.
Have a good weekend, bro.
All right, you too, brother.
Bros.
Take care, man.
Bye, man.
Woo, man. Great. I needed that, man.
I needed that too. I'm gonna have a sit down with my wife today.
Yeah. Huh.
So happy Cinco de Mayo, brother.
Yeah, man. Same to you. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a favor. Please like, share, subscribe to Nico Lagan. I think I've been saying his name wrong. I think I've been saying Nico Lagan. It's Nico Lagan. All right, go subscribe to him.
That's all right.
I'm gonna learn something today. I'm gonna go tell my wife what I've been going through. Like, baby, look, I've been holding a lot of shit in. I thought it was masculine to do it, but it should be more. It's more masculine when I let you know how I feel.
Hey, don't feel bad, man. The first time I talked to him when I was doing my interview with him, I called him Logan. So.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, oh man, I'm sure y'all learned something. I know I did. I was taught to hold my emotions in. I was taught no woman wants to see it. But he was right. The woman that you have that you picked to be a part of your life forever and ever and ever is the one you need to show your emotions to. Don't show it to your side piece or the outside world. You show it in your house to the woman that you love. You show it for your kids. That's where you show your emotion to. And that way you're released and your woman knows what you're going through.
And you're proving that you trust her.
Yes. Yeah, because like you said, if you're not showing your emotions to your wife, obviously that must mean you don't trust her with your emotions.
That's right. I need to let her know that.
Yes. I trust my mom. I've been with mine forever and ever and ever.
And we've been together 8 years now.
Yes.
And if I don't show that I trust her by now, she'll never think I trust her.
There you go, brother. There you go. Nico, appreciate you, brother, man. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. And that's why he is Mr. Masculinity. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much. Like I said, subscribe to my brother's channel, The Vice Broadcast, Mr. Coyote. Hey, show me your shirt again, man.
Oh, yeah, I got to show you guys.
Yeah, show me the shirt.
So Reggie Hendrix, the cousin to Jimi Hendrix, he's got his own brand. It's called Hendrix by Hendrix, and he sent me this in the mail.
Beautiful shirt. I love it. Yes. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, he just did an interview with him, man. And I'm hoping he comes on the show. We got an interview with him coming up real soon. Great content.
Still trying to. Yeah, I'm still trying to get a hold of Mustafa.
Yeah, we got some shows coming up, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss them. Like I said, subscribe to Nico again. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe, and look, turn your notifications on. A lot of y'all don't turn them on so you don't miss the show. All right. We love y'all. We will see you Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Central Time. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your weekend. Love yourself. Love your kids. Until next time. You got any final words, brother, before we get out of here?
If any of you out there are looking to lose weight, I just interviewed a guy named Olivier Mancondo. He's out of the UK. Well, I don't know the conversion in pounds, but he lost basically 77 kilograms. I believe that's what it is. Whatever the UK is over there. He lost a lot of weight. Let's put it that way. And he's got some great advice. It'll be up at 12 Eastern, 11 a.m. Central today. And I've got his links in the description. So if you're interested in losing weight and you want to get a hold of him, let him coach you on that. Get a hold of him. Great guy. Enjoy talking to him. A lot of great information. His is a plant-based diet.
Okay.
And I told him it's going to be hard to convince a Texan to give up his barbecue. So, but seriously, he's got some great advice, and he's a very intelligent person, and you'll enjoy talking to him.
Right. Yeah, Jamil. Look, man. Hey, if you with the woman that you want to be with the rest of your life, it's needed that you share your emotions with her.
Yeah,
it's definitely needed. Yeah, we a lot of us grew up with that thing talking about, or you're weak, man, if you share your emotions. And no, if you're with the woman that you love and that you care about, and she loves you just back, and you know what I'm saying, y'all married or whatever, share your emotions with her. She wants to see it. She does, most definitely.
You see what Jamil said? If I were gay, I'd be the man.
Oh yeah, right. Ladies and gentlemen, also go subscribe to Jamil Peterson, Mr. I'm Comedy. Funny brother, man. Good dude too. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back Monday. We will see you Monday. Please enjoy your weekend. Don't do nothing stupid. Love yourself. Love your kids. Take care of each other. And fellas, be open with your woman. Don't hold that shit in. Yeah, exactly. Don't do it. I'm going to now open up and let my woman see a side of me that she ain't never seen. And maybe it'll make things better. We'll see. I'll let you know if it make things better. And I think it will. My wife don't know nothing I go through.
Yeah, I definitely need to open up more.
Yeah, she don't know nothing I go through. So I'm gonna make it more of my business to let my wife know that I do go through things instead of holding them in and dealing with them in private. Because I deal with all mine in private. Hey man, I love you like a fat boy love cake, brother.
Hey, I love you too, bro. And all this crap with the racism and crap you hear every freaking day.
Yes.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing it. Not everybody feels that way. Here you got two guys that we met, we became friends right away, and now we're we're like brothers. We're family.
We're definitely brothers. Definitely.
We are family.
I will kick your ass over my brother. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all, man. Thank you so much for tuning in, subscribing, all that good stuff. And we will see you all Monday. We are out of here.